So I think I'm back. I just discovered that I disconnected earlier without knowing that it was disconnected. So we're just going to continue and see what we can do tonight. So I think I'm back. I um I mean, simple deform has always been really tricky to figure out in Blender, and even array systems have always been tricky to figure out, especially when you want to array system on a particular path. Uh that difficulty even goes higher when you need to, put the array system on a path. But apparently, for this to work, I only had to rotate this on the y by 90 and then rotate this on the z. I think immediately rotate this on the y by 90 or rotate this on the x. I think either one of the rotation was just going to get it right, but that was just so tricky to figure out. So this curves nicely. What if I rotate this by 90? RZ90. And all of a sudden, I think we already have the shape of the tire. I just need to rotate this the opposite way. So it's just wild thinking about how much I spent trying to figure out this model. It's insane, actually, the amount of time that was spent doing this. But I'm going to get onto this, get it done, and let's see. I need to make sure that this joins nicely. SY. It's not joining. What's going on? Can I GY? We still have that space. Can I GZ? Nope. Can I GX? Still the space. GY, GZ. This space right here needs to be filled up. So I need to enter the angle by myself. Can I make this 1, 4? I need to make this flush so that we can easily join these points here and it won't be so much of an issue. Let's do 0.5. 0.5 overlaps. So we're going to do 0.3 or 0.2. I think there's still an overlap there. No, 0.2 gives way. So I can apply this, select all, merge by distance. I think I can select this entire loop right now, and that was just unnecessarily difficult. Unnecessarily difficult. Like, the tire shouldn't take this much time to work on. But we're here now, and I'm going to scale this down to, I think this was the size we established, right? So I can GZ this up to the surface, GZ right here, and I can scale this all the way down just like so. I'm going to frame this entire thing, and then I'm going to activate my mirror again so that I don't have to work on this thing twice. I'm already getting frustrated, so but it's all good. So I'm going to rotate on the Z by 90. All right. And I'm going to ES just like so. And then I'm going to, let me see what a tire looks like again. On the side, it comes out and goes in. So right around here, I can G to bring this out. Is it GX? Yeah, to bring this out, select this loop and then GX. That's cool. So I'm going to select this loop and I would EX slightly, then ES, and then just EX into the distance, just like so. So for this inner part, I feel like this should extrude all the way in like so. So all of this part right here that holds the rim and all those things, I'm going to bevel them. So right here, I'll bevel and that's it about this tire. I feel like I need to dissolve this, but it's all good. As a matter of fact, I'm going to select this entire loop right here. Then I'll select more, just like so. And I'll go to the side and GY or GX rather. All right. So this is done. I'm going to move this out of the way and we're going to go on to the next one. I feel like whatever I went through the past, say hour and 30 minutes was, I think this is a situation where they say you don't fail, you actually learn a lesson. I actually learned a lesson just now. And yeah, I think it's actually one of those. You actually learn a lesson. I actually learned a lesson just now. And I think it's actually one. I like it. Live on stream, learning lessons. So let's go on to the next thread. That's this. This should be relatively straightforward. I mean, it's going to be straightforward in Jesus' name. I don't want to depend on myself at all because I think last one I just kind of thought I would just breeze through it, but nah. Life had other plans. So this, I'm going to GX and this also is going to be GX'd. And then these two planes are going to go all the way up. I'm going to mirror this. We have the shape. So this edge here, I'm going to dissolve and just add two more. I'm going to bevel this. And then I'm going to insert all the way in just like so. So this right here, I can select these faces and delete, and delete these faces, right? And I think the design here, I didn't get that loop. Let me do it like this. Just like so. I think there will be one more on this side. Or how do I share this to be equal on both sides? You know what? I'm going to apply that mirror modifier. I'm just going to work with the whole thing. I'm going to select bevel I'm going to extrude this all the way down, and I'll select all of this and delete those faces, right? Next I'm going to do is, again, I think we already did that. It's just figuring out the boolean and how that's going to work. So all of this, I'm going to insert. But before I do, I'm going to apply that scale. Insert, extrude, just like so. And then I'm going to add a bevel so I can see from the top view, because from the top view, we're going to create all of that element that is going to G, merge at center. Then it looks something like this. Extrude, right here, extrude, 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 G, then fill that. So all of that mesh comes up top, just like so. Then this, I can select all that and just move it roughly. Shift D, 1, 2. Shift D, Y, 1, 2. Select all of that. GY, just like so. And then it goes the opposite way. But I see that mine is a lot thicker than what they have here. So what I think I'm going to do is GX. This is going to be for this side. And then the follow along is going to be Shift DX, rotate 180, and this is going to be like this, GC, or GY rather. So right here, 1, 2, 3, or just G this into position, just like so. There are more things in this Boolean operation, so I'm going to use this to create those more things. Basically, there are slide cuts, and I think maybe in this one I might use some artistic liberty to just create stuff, because at this point it's not one-to-one with the reference that I have. L, G, Shift D, Y. All right, select this scale, Shift D, Y. So with this, I could rotate. Oh no, I could select and then Shift DX, R180, GX, G0, GY rather. Let's select this and GX. Okay. How about we select? Oh, I need to fill in those faces. We didn't fill in those faces, so let's do it one by one. Fill, 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 fill. So I can select both, join, and then I can come to this view, extrude on the Z just like so, and then make sure all these normals are recalculated, and I'm about to perform the Boolean operation. You know what? I'm going to shade that flat. Let's run the Boolean operation again. Turn off the quarters, and we're looking good already. So I'm going to swing this to the other side. Right. I'm going to apply those booleans, but something that I'm not accounting for is that this runs continuously. So there's no breakage here like so. You see this breakage that we have here, it's not there. So in order to fix that, I'll probably have to make this mesh again. Or can I select this entire length and then just move all that back? SY. SY. All right. Select this face. Delete faces. Select this edge. Delete that edge. I think the same thing is going to apply to this part. Delete those edge. Delete these faces. But now I feel like there are going to be a lot of disconnected vertices that I might never be able to find. You know what? Let me do merge by distance, but okay, that's cool. So this is going to be swinged. I'm going to place this loop here and GZ. SZ. I'm going to rotate along active element SZ0. All right. Right here, I'll bevel this just like so. Shade all of that smooth. And then I want to apply Boolean first. And then this was the part that messed me up last time. So I need to calm down and just think about what I'm doing and make sure that it's all proper. Right here, right here. Ctrl Z on the Y, Ctrl C, make Z 0. Okay. This looks okay. But if I apply this array at this point on the exact same point, yes, they are. So what I need to do next is call back that array that I just added and then just add in a lot more, you know, adding a lot more. We're getting there. I feel like I'm a little bit anxious about this part because the tool is kind of, it's not a setting, oh, I click this button and it gives me that. I kind of have to tinker with it. So first I'm going to apply my mirror. I'm going to apply my array, and then I'm going to set origin to the geometry. And all of that geometry, I'm going to bring all of that selection down to the cursor, right? Then I'll bring in my simple deform. My simple deform is going to switch to bend, and then I will just kind of get a feel for what the bend is saying. So I'm going to apply all of that transform first, and then my bend right now is on the X and it's rotating around the X. So what I want to do is figure out if I rotate this by 90, does my rotation on the X actually bend the entire 360 to form the tire? Thank you, Jesus. It does. It does. So this was what I was really struggling with in the first stream before I didn't even know it was cut off. But yeah, we're here. It works. It's perfect. I'm going to do this tire, add it to the collection, and just snap through the whole thing. This is like 8 minutes to 12. My hope is by like 12:30 I should be done and just go to bed. Uh but yeah, I'm seeing an issue with this. So I want to undo the entire thing, right? I mean, if I encounter this simple deform again, I'm actually going to cook it because I feel like all that I've gone through tonight trying to put this together just made me understand how it works even more. Let me check stream because I feel like all that I've gone through tonight trying to put this together just made me understand how it works even more. Alrighty. So yeah, select all, merge by distance. So my thinking is that all of these things should be their own individual stuff. Oh. G. Sweet. So let's do our simple deform again. We're going to bend. It's responding on the Z. It's responding on the X. So what if I take this and rotate on the Y by 90? Eh? Rotate on the Y. Eh? No. Rotate on the X by 90. Exactly. So I can couple this. Maybe this needs a lot more subdivision because that tire is not looking smooth at all. Okay, it's now better. So let's join this at the exact same spot. Like so. Apply that, merge by distance. All right, so think we got this. So I can ES. This actually taught me something, Sha. I'm going to rotate around bounding box ES. Then I'm going to EX into space ES. Then EX into space, just like so. So this is going to be mirror to the other side. Right here, I'll select this and then select this face and then extrude along normals, just like so. So I think this two, I want to dissolve, maybe just this one. No, yeah, just this one. And I'm going to select this, come to the edge and G all the way out, just like so. So right here in front, I can bring origin to the geometry of this tire and bring this one to this point. So I can scale all that down, come to view and frame that selected, right? So all of this, I can A and GZ and just bring that all the way up to the surface. And this is tire 2. We're going to go to the next one. 3. Oh my God. Do I want to do this? Bro, let me see the first one first. Okay, no, then I want to do this. So let's do same thing, sx by 2, and this we have 1 2. So I'm going to just divide this in the center and just add one more here, right? I feel like this one should be slimmer though, right? And then what I am going to do is, this has a V and it goes the other way opposite. So right here, I'm going to select these 2 points, and I think what that mesh is doing is something like this. GY 1 2 3 4 5. This is kind of what it's doing right here. Then each of these are, they kind of have a unique shape to it. But do I want to achieve that shape tonight? I do not think so. I promise you. I do not think I want to achieve that shape. Do I want to simplify it? That is what my brain is telling me to do. Just simplify it like this. Shikina. But I feel like that was a cop out not to tackle that shape, because it almost feels like I kind of know it's going to be difficult. So I just copped a plea by saying, okay, I want to keep it simple. Nah, I'm just running from the difficult shape. All I'm trying to keep nothing simple. So electricity is gone. I'm still here. I'm going to do all of this before I go to bed. Oh, we're back. So I'm going to select this. In fact, all of this. And what I want to do to them is kind of just move them up slightly. All right. Because I feel like this is the shape. Oh, the only thing is that it needs to be more defined. So let me do this all over again. Control B. Like so. And then all of these outer shapes, I'm going to select them all. And then I'm going to G. Make it straight, just like so. Then same is going to apply to these ones. G. All right. So I can select 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So all of this can just be extruded just like so. So we've achieved that shape, but not so much exact per se, but it's really close. The only thing that is missing is the fact that the top of this is beveled. So I can equally achieve that by selecting the boundary and then beveling all of that, just like so. And then I'll apply like a, whatchamacallit, a bevel to the whole thing too. So everything just looks sweet. I'm just going to bevel this, swing this the other way. I'm going to apply that mirror, and then we're going to bring in an array. Man, this thing should be shaking today. Oh, insane. Insane. So I'm going to bring this into position, but I just realized that I missed something. This part. supposed to extrude all the way out. So I can EX and easy. So right here, bevels. No. 1, 2, 3, GX. 1, 2, 3, bevel. Switch. Shade auto smooth. Mirror to the other part. And can I apply this array and then select all and merge by distance? I think I can do that. So that number that was selected on our array is good. So I can just duplicate all of this to a point where I think is good. There's the 16. Apply that array. Then we'll go to our dreaded, or my own dreaded. Let me not project that on you guys. My own dreaded simple the form. I'm going to take all of that to the origin. I'm going to bring that origin to center. And I see that it's working its magic on the X. So I'm going to select all of that and rotate this on the X. So it's going to be easy to just join. Hey, are you there? This is good. This is good. So I'm going to take this up to 3, 5. Can I increase this? So all that I can select and merge by distance. So that's beautiful. So I'm going to select this and ES, just like so, and EX. I just love the fact that I never gave up. Like, I just kept going at it. Kept going and going and going, and like, it worked. So origin to geometry, flip this to the other side. R, bring this here. 3, extrude along normals, just like so. And this tire is pretty much done. I'm going to scale all of that down. Select this, go up. Bring this down. GZ. Scale. GX. So small tires all done. I feel like this same one I would have loved to use for like a bicycle tire. So I'm going to call this back to the spot. Go back to the array. No. If I do all that, I'll copy this one. And then I'm going to undo all the way back to the array. So I have that copy. Once I get back to where I need to go to, I will think where I need to go to is right around here. Then I can paste back the one I copied. And this is going to be like a bicycle tire. Apply, select all, merge by distance. Dissolve edge. GX. Then ES. EX. ES. EX. Flip this, or origin, flip this, apply. I'm going to copy the scale. I'm also going to copy the location. Can I also copy, or no? Copy location. Can I copy scale? No, I can't. scale down. So this is going to be like a bicycle tire. GX, GZ, GZ, up to the surface, GZ. All right, that's good. Then down to the heavy duty. Down to the heavy duty. I think this is an heavy duty that I would not be working today. This is the one that I'm going to do, and then I'll do this one. Is there another heavy duty? Okay, I think I wanted to use this one for texturing as a texturing reference. But let me just get on to doing this heavy duty one. SX2. So what it looks like is one is going like this, the other is going the other way. So it's going to be more of, I think, no, rotate like so. Then bevel this just like so. And I'm going to J connect this, J connect that. But it's not thick enough for me. So I'm going to SY and do that connection again. J, J. So right here, I can add this loop, and then can I do the same thing like this? But I don't think it's going to be the same scale though. GG. Then we're going to J, and then going to J, just like so. But all of this, I want to GG. I'm going to J, and I'm going to J. Okay, sweet. So all of these edges right here, I want to remove them, as I feel like this mesh needs to be cleaned up. I don't know how the loops are going to flow yet, but I think as I reduce the amount of edges, I can select these two and extrude. But before I extrude, I need to... how is this going to flow, bro? Like, they're just mad engons here, just a lot of engons. Can I do something like this? Or cuts, just like so. This also cuts. Maybe this cuts too. And we'll just have to manage that triangle right there. And then this also cuts. I think it was basically what was there before. Basically what was there before. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll undo back to what was there before. Yeah. So I can select this and extrude all the way up. This one is going to be like actual thick. So all of these faces, I can apply that scale and ES, EY, right? What's the spacing between them? The spacing is thick, basically. So I can bevel all of that. Assign, select all, merge by distance. I think this right here is good, only that the bevel needs to be a lot more deeper. But then starts clipping with the other mesh. So I'm just going to use this like this. I'm going to bring in array. Where's the or let me apply bevel first. I'm going to bring in the array, and then we're just going to need the information on the y, and I'm going to taking that all the way to 20, and this edge right here, I think this is the only edge I need to extrude on the x, right? From what it looks like a bulge actually. So I'm going to E on the Z, but it's going to be something that is offsetted slightly. This right here, I'm going to bevel. Nope. GX. Just like so. Oh no, I don't want to flip. I can't flip to the other side. Can I isolate? Hey, I wanted to say isolate. Jesus Christ. That would have been bloody. Can I isolate this? P, separate that, and then oh, the mirror did not work. Oh, why didn't that mirror work? I need to go back to the bevel, of course. I just saw something now. So that bevel needs to come down a smidge. What if I select boundary loops here? All right. Select boundary loops here. Hmm. Array CV. Let's take this up to 20. Then this right here, I can EX, EZ, and GX. Select this. I'm going to bevel. So it's thick, but it's kind of looking like a balloon, and it doesn't look solid. So I'm going to GX, EZ, GX. So this I can bevel. Then all of this I can separate that and then swing to the other place. Then can I apply all of that mesh, join it, and then when I select all, I can use M to merge by distance, remove those extra vertices, and then it's time for the notorious modifier of the day, solve to the form. So I'm going to switch this to bend. Is on the x-axis, so I want to bring the origin to the center, bring that selection to the center, and then since we see that it's bending on the x-axis, I just need to switch this and rotate this on the x by 90. So now we can bend this into position just like so. So I need to monitor the joining here to make sure that is something that I can apply, come out to edit mode, and when I press M, I can merge by distance and remove those excesses. So this one I'm going to be doing, I have to do the both side because I can't mirror. So I'm going to ES, but let me use along individual origins. ES. I can scale on the X. Oh, Okay, now to scale on the X, let me change it to boundary box. Scale on the X, just like so. Scale on the X again, and I can switch to individual origin and just scale a little bit down, and then I can I EX? I can EX, and with this EX, I can switch my pivot point to bounding box and SX, just like so. And with this, I can just scale all the way up. Nope. Is this a bounding? What's the rotation point of this? It's on bounding box. So I'll switch in the origin and just scale. Right. That's what it looks like here. Scale. Switch. So I can change that to the bounding box and SX. Join. Just like so. Then right here, I can select this. I'm going to extrude this along normals. No? Extrude along normals. Then this, I'm going to 3, I'm going to extrude the other way. Delete face. Delete face. Delete You know what? I think all of this part right here, I'm going to isolate them and then just do a special duplication for them. So all of this, I'm going to maybe probably start from here and then just select more. Select more. Right up to here. Can separate all of those and then mirror this to the other side. Apply. Oh, this is double now because I didn't remove this. So let me remove this. Select more. Right here. Move up onto this point and then delete those faces. All right. So now the mirror is working properly. I can SGX. Yeah. Merge by distance. Wow. What's this? G. Isolate. I can isolate this and just remove this entire thing. Like, that's what I said since. Remove the entire thing. Select more. RR all the way. I'm going to delete all of those faces and then call this back, right? Using this, selecting this as a pivot, I can duplicate to the other part, select all, apply visual geometry to mesh. I can join, select, come to vertex, press M and merge by distance, and voila. We have our heavy duty tire. So I can scale that down, come to the side view, origin to geometry, GZ, scale, and we can move this as part of our collection of tires. Last but not the least for tonight, I think I've done such a longer stream today. It's insane of our collection of tires. Last but not the least for tonight, I think I've done such a longer stream today. It's insane of our collection of tires. Last, all right. Um, let's do, which one is it? I think we should do this one. Yeah, let's do this one. And I think it's particularly even tricky in a way. SX2. And the reason I think it's tricky is because look, if I zoom in, you see that it's not just on the surface that the effect of the extrusion is happening. It's also happening on the sides of it. So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. So I'm going to select this GZ. No. Let me mirror this first and GZ. Yeah. Let's see. So it's like a curve basically. It's like a curve. So I'm going to bring in a basic curve. Abi? Can I cut it myself? Instead of bringing in a basic curve. Can't I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, but this goes across the tire again. Hey! This is going to be a tricky one. Oh. So let's do it. 1, 2. How do you go? Uh, you know what? Dissolve. Can I delete edge? Hey. Does this mean I'm going to have to let me delete all these vertices too? Dissolve vertex. Select this vertex, fill, select this to extrude, apply that. And then on the top, I can select this and just go just like so. But this one is not smooth. Okay, I think it's manageable actually. Then I can go again. 1, 2. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think so. I do not think so. Apply all transforms. I'm going to select this edge. And then this. And I'm going to extrude on the Y slightly. Same applies to this. Extrude on the Y slightly. Then I'm going to select this and then extrude along normals, just like so. Let me do that again, extrude along normals. That's cool. Then can I select this edge and then this edge and bevel that? But let me see what it looks like. Okay, no, it's not a strong bevel, it's a slight bevel. So this line that is not smooth, I feel like I can do something about it. But let me go all the way to the beginning. Right? So this line runs just like so. What can I do to make it better? Can I relax it? Can I space it? Let me do relax first. And can I do curve? No. Let's do the same for this one. Can I relax? Yeah, it's relaxing, but now it's creating a whole different problem. And that's this edge right here. So I'm going to use this one that is unmoved as a reference, and then our pivot point changes to active element, and I can SX 0 SZ 0. That's sweet. Right here, I think I can just flatten the entire thing. SZ 0. So I can now select these faces and just extrude along normals, just like so. Then I think I'm going to have to select these edges right here and easy, but I need to do it for both sides so they are the exact same points. Easy, sweet. So let me first of all add a bevel, and then if I add subdivision, what is it going to look like? Subdivision is not looking bad at all, but it feels like this is supposed to be thicker though. Like this part right here feels like it should be thicker. So I'm just going to be selecting all of this, right? Yeah. And GY. Nope. And GY. Maybe this surfaces, I want to Alt S and just punch them out a little more. Then, do I want to, this subdivision is not what I need right now. I can apply the bevel first, then I can go ahead to add an array. So an array is around right here. Control C, click on the Y and this, and then array this. The spacing is so much. So let me just keep this on 20 and I'll work on the spacing right here. So this spacing that I thought was needed, I will SY to close it down slightly. Hey, don't close it down too much, you. As a matter of fact, let me SY 0. Ew. Yeah. SY 0. I think same should apply to this. SY 0. I wish I can duplicate this in a way where they are just next to each other. See how this one is? There's not so much space. It stands next to each other, like so. So I feel like this needs a lot more work than it actually has right now. Do I have the time for that? A lot more work. Now it's in me, I don't know. I feel like it needs that more work because the denser the tire is, the more powerful it looks, you know? Okay. We're going to undo to, no matter where I am on this modeling, by 1 o'clock, I'm shutting it down. So this is it right here. So what if I smooth it out? But I need to stop at this exact same point. I can do something like this. 1, 2. I'll stop here. Then I can do that again. Ah, you know what? Let me do this. I select this part, invert, and remove the other part. Delete all those faces. Select this, Shift D X, Shift D Y rather. Then start joining it manually. Control J. Okay, they already joined in fact, GY slightly. Then F to join this, select this F, select this part, F, 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 right, F. Maybe I want to triangulate this part, then this F, F. It will not triangulate that part though. F, F, F. So this right here is supposed to be a straight line. When NGX this into position like so, and then this slides down. But if it slides down, it's going to be a problem. So why don't I just merge at last? Why don't I just merge at last, right? Then I think same applies to this one, F, F, F. I think that's cool. Then I need to resolve this into some kind of it's like I need a shape like this, right? So I'm just going to steal this one, Shift D, separate that selection, select that. I'm going to SY, flatten that to 0, bring this all the way up top like so. Oh, this won't still work. It won't still work because there'll be one mad space here. This one looks better. Fill, FF. I see. No man say no, I can take. Just wanna get more money and live my life my way. Extrude. Select all of this down here and easy. Right. Then if I add array to this thing, it's not going to work. It is not. Shit. I'm going to use the former setup that I had. Undo to the former one. That's this one. Extrude. Select this edge. Now select this edge and easy. Just like so. Select this, bevel, all of that. And then rotate. Do I want to rotate? Or I feel like this has just a slight bevel. Right? My bevel is still active and I can apply that modifier. Apply bevel, apply subdivision. No. Take out that subdivision. Just apply the bevel. Meanwhile, let me look at the other side. Thank God I looked at it. If not, I would have gone back again. Can this go this way instead of joining at that triangle? I think that's what's causing that. Dissolve edge, select all. So let's do the bevel again. Still. Merge by distance. Subdivide. Join. Shade auto smooth. Why? Like, why? What's the artifact for? You want me to do it manually? I think I'll do it manually. 1, 2. Select this entire loop. Yeesh. Not being be that so. Add the bevel. Okay. Array. $20. Origin to geometry. Bring this down here. Simple deform. Simple deform that is not simple. RX 90. RZ 90. RZ 180. this is posing a different question. Because, okay, this is twist. RX90. Sweet. Ah, no, 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 no. This is not a heavy duty tire at all. At all, at all, at all. I'm going to undo. Ouch. I'm going to undo down to this point, and instead of this part to be free without anything, feel like, what can I do? I don't even know what I can do for this part. Okay. Can I do something like this? So if I arrow this, what does it look like? Ah, it's not seamless. Eh? But why not seamless? Do I need to shift DY and then rotate on the Z by 1? No? Or SX or SY minus 1? I will GY into position like so and see if all of that will merge by distance. They did. So this one can easily be arranged on the Y and it will form a seamless whatever. Just like so. So I can array all of that. But this is an entire different pattern. It's not what I saw in that image at all. Apply, select all, merge by distance, right click, select this, bring it to center, scale all the way down. Then I'm bringing in simple deform, right? I'm bending that. I'm going to rotate this on the X by 90, and then I'm going to rotate this all the way. So this is our second big boy retire. Let's apply this and see if those vertices are going to go. If I think they did so. But the loop is not good. Wow. Mm-hmm. Bounding box. ES. Oh, let me give a circle. Why are you all over the place? Wow. Bring cursor to this point. I'm just going to cheat this one. RY90 S all the way up to this point. SX. SYX rather. Select this. Insert. Extrude inward. Select this. Extrude. No. GX. Extrude this in. Flip this to the other part. Select this G all the way like so. Apply mirror. Select all that. Merge by distance. Do I need to delete this face for it to work? Okay. Then select this loop and send it in just like so. Then this I can extrude out. Then flip this along normal. Select this, delete that face, select this, delete that face. So that's cool. GX, flip, nice. Then this part, can I select this and bevel? It looks like a monster truck style. But yeah, tonight was one hell of a stream, bro. Like, first time I'm experiencing that, and it's good. I learned how to use simple deform, and that's all that matters. Bevel. Oh, this doesn't look strong at all. Oh. Doesn't look strong at all. Can I mirror this? Wow. I think I'm going to fix this thing at a later time. So I'm just going to save this. This is the what? 76 that was after my life. The 76. tires. So yeah, I'm about to go to bed. It's almost 1. That's about it, guys. So long, and until I see you guys in the next one. Peace.